Hello, my Marbletown friends. This is Mrs. Shaw here. I hope that you are all staying very healthy, having fun being at home with your family, making sure you're using your imaginations and being creative, doing some reading and writing and thinking each day. So a friend of mine, a co-teacher at Marbletown Elementary School, Mrs. Knapp, invited teachers who are retired to read their favorite stories to the school. So those of you who know me know that I have lots of favorite stories, but one of them certainly is The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. Now, Shel Silverstein also wrote lots of poems, and The Giving Tree is almost like a poem the way he uses very little language to share a very big message. So, and it is the end of April, which is Poetry Month, so I thought this would be a nice book to read. And even though it only has a few words, and maybe some of you second or third graders think it's a little simple, the idea is really very, very complex. You know, it's important to think about when we think about ourselves and our character, the qualities that we have. Are we givers? Are we generous? Are we takers? And if we're honest, maybe we would see that, in fact, the characters in The Giving Tree, the tree and the boy, we're really like both. Sometimes we could be very giving and generous, and sometimes we may take a little bit more than we need, and that can provide us with lots of learning lessons. So I'm just going to read this story to you. The way it's set up, I'm in my Florida house with my family, and the way it's set up, I don't have a way to read the story and also show you the pictures, so you can use your imagination. I'm sure most of you know this story anyway, but it's always a beautiful read and to listen to it and to use your imagination to make your own pictures in your mind, because that's what good readers do anyway, okay? So this is called The Giving Tree. And you know what? It's about a tree who's very giving. So the title makes perfect sense. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. It's dedicated to Nikki. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come, and he would gather her leaves and make them into a crown and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples. Do you think he was an apple tree? I think so. And they would play hide and go seek. The tree and the boy would do that. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. Let me see if I could show you one picture. See, it's very hard in this lighting out here, so you can see that it'd be difficult, and that's why I'm just reading it. I hope you're still enjoying it. And the boy loved the tree very much. And the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older. And the tree was often alone. So now the tree was feeling lonely. Then one day the boy came to the tree and said to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in my shade and be happy." "I am too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you'll have money and you'll be happy." See, the tree loved the boy so much that she was willing to give him anything, because if he was happy, then he thought she would be happy too, because she was happy in her giving, and he thought that he could be happy in his taking. But sometimes, if there's not a balance, that isn't really how it works out, and you'll hear that soon. And so when the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away, and the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy and said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swim from my branches and be happy." I am too busy to climb trees, said the boy. I want a house to keep me warm, he said. I want a wife and I want some children, so I need a house. Can you give me a house? I have no house, said the tree. The forest is my house, but you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you'll be happy. And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time. When the boy came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. Come, boy, she whispered. Come and play. I am too old and sad to play, said the boy. I want a boat that will take me away from here. Can you give me a boat? Cut down my trunk and make a boat, said the tree. Then you can sail away and be happy. And so the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. Boys and girls, do you think this would make the tree happy? And the tree was happy, but not really. How could she really be happy now, right? Because there was nothing left but a little stump. Let me see if I could show you that picture. See, just that little tiny stump is left. So how could she really be happy? And she's lonely because she doesn't have the boy to love or be loved by the boy. So in the beginning, the boy was giving because he least loved the tree. And after a long time, the boy came back. I am sorry, boy, said the tree, but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone. My teeth are too weak for apples, said the boy. My branches are gone, said the tree. You cannot swing on them. I am too old to swing on branches, said the boy. My trunk is gone, said the tree. You cannot climb. I am too tired to climb, said the boy. I am sorry, sighed the tree. I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing else left. I am just an old stump. I'm sorry. I don't need very much, said the boy. Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I'm very tired. Well, the tree said, straightening up herself as much as she could. Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was happy. The end. And the reason the tree was happy, because finally the boy came back, and what the boy needed was exactly what the tree had. So again, I hope you enjoyed this story. Thank you so much, Mrs. Knapp, for inviting me to read to my Marbletown friends. And I hope you think about what kind of character you are. Are you a giver or a taker? And if you take too much, maybe you can start seeing that it's really kind of nice to have a balance in all things, and that it's important to give. And maybe during this time when you're home with your family, you can give by being helpful, by maybe helping your moms and dads who are home and they also need to be working, so that you need to make sure that you're being your especially best behavior. So again, I hope I get invited again to read to you guys, and I'll read you a different story, a story that has a moral. And those of you who were taught by me know that a moral has a lesson, and it's really nice when we get to enjoy stories that also get to teach us something. All right, be well, stay healthy, be safe.